Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will immerse ourselves in Nightflyers by George R.R. Martin. Nightflyers, a 1980 novella by George R.R. Martin, blends science fiction and horror in a haunting tale of isolation and paranoia aboard a starship. Published in its expanded version in 1985, the story follows a team of scientists on a mission to study the enigmatic alien species known as the Volcryn. As the crew navigates the eerie confines of the Nightflyer, their journey becomes a deadly descent into madness and betrayal. Plot summary: a vast and silent void stretched endlessly before the Nightflyer as it sailed through the darkness of space. It was an old trader ship, deceptively modest in appearance, but equipped with technology both advanced and mysterious. Aboard, 9 passengers embarked on a journey to uncover the secrets of the Volcryn, an ancient alien species said to be traveling the fringes of the galaxy. Leading the mission was Carolee de Brannon, a man driven by unrelenting curiosity and a dream of first contact. For him, the Volcryn represented answers to the mysteries of the universe. For others, it was a professional challenge. But none aboard could anticipate the horrors awaiting them in the endless night. The crew was a diverse group: linguists, xenobiologists, cyberneticists, and psychics. Among them was Melantha J. Hurl, a genetically enhanced human with superior strength, intellect, and intuition. Confident and adaptable, she quickly emerged as a voice of reason. Despite their academic brilliance, the group's interpersonal dynamics became strained under the oppressive weight of the ship's isolation. Suspicion brewed like a slow poison, exacerbated by the peculiar behavior of Royd Eris, the ship's captain. Royd's presence was disembodied, a holographic projection of a pale, ethereal man who spoke to them but never left his sealed quarters. His voice was soft, his gaze unseeing, and his form insubstantial. The ship was his domain, its every corridor and room filled with his unseen eyes and ears. To the passengers, Royd was an enigma, a specter whose secrets gnawed at their trust. Whispers of his true nature began to circulate, and paranoia took root in their minds. The Nightflyer was not a passenger vessel by design. Its narrow corridors and cavernous holds, repurposed for sleeping quarters and equipment, offered little comfort. The claustrophobia of the environment only heightened the tension among the crew. Each member, grappling with their own demons, found themselves scrutinized under Royd's watchful gaze. A telepath aboard began to sense something sinister, an alien presence aboard the ship that defied understanding. His warnings, fragmented and erratic, were dismissed as paranoia until his head inexplicably exploded in a horrific display. The death shook the crew, scattering their fragile alliances and driving them further into mistrust. Royd, denying involvement, revealed his tragic history. He was a cross-sex clone of his mother, a reclusive freighter who had designed the ship to operate without a crew. Raised in isolation, Royd's body was fragile, unsuited for gravity or human contact. The holographic image was all he could offer, but his story did little to reassure the survivors. Suspicion mounted. 2 members of the team, determined to uncover the truth about Royd, attempted to hack into the ship's systems. Their tampering triggered a catastrophic failure, breaching a cargo hold and venting them into space. The survivors, reeling from the loss, were left to face a growing certainty. The ship itself seemed to be working against them. As the Nightflyer approached the coordinates where the Volcryn were last detected, the crew's desperation deepened. Melantha, calm under pressure, became the de facto leader, guiding them through their mounting fears. She alone seemed to understand Royd, her genetic enhancements granting her a unique perspective on his isolation and fragility. She negotiated with him, persuading the reluctant captain to emerge from his quarters and assist in critical repairs needed for their survival. Royd ventured into the void of space, his fragile body shielded within a mechanical suit. With the ship crippled and its systems damaged, he worked tirelessly to reinforce the hull, an act of selfless courage that underscored his humanity. Meanwhile, Melantha uncovered the truth about the malevolent force aboard the ship. It was not Royd, nor the Volcryn, but the Nightflyer itself, an echo of his mother's madness encoded in the ship's systems. The vessel had become an extension of her hatred for humanity, lashing out against the passengers as intruders. The final confrontation unfolded in the oppressive silence of space. Melantha, with her sharp instincts and physical prowess, navigated the labyrinthine corridors of the Nightflyer, evading its automated traps and deadly defenses. With Royd's assistance, she fought to disable the ship's homicidal programming. Together, they confronted the specter of his mother, buried deep within the ship's core. In a desperate act of defiance, Royd sacrificed himself to sever the connection between his mother's malevolent legacy and the ship. His death was a silent one, his fragile body claimed by the very void that had been his home. Freed from its murderous intent, the Nightflyer stabilized, and the surviving crew were left adrift in the aftermath of their ordeal. The Volcryn, vast and incomprehensible, finally came into view. Their ships were ancient and alien, glowing with a light that seemed to defy the darkness of space. As the crew observed them from a safe distance, the beings neither threatened nor acknowledged them. The Volcryn moved onward, their purpose unknowable, leaving behind a haunting reminder of the infinite mysteries of the universe. Melantha, scarred but resolute, guided the ship back toward human space. The cost of the journey had been high, the mission's purpose overshadowed by the brutal truths uncovered aboard the Nightflyer. Yet, in the vast silence of the void, a sense of awe lingered, a reminder of humanity's insignificance against the grandeur of the cosmos. That's it for now, but don't stop here. George R.R. Martin has more stories waiting for you. Check them out in the description or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in George R.R. Martin's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.